You make me feel angry. You make me feel so sad. You make me go crazy. It's because of you that I'm so angry right now. You make me feel disgusted. Is that what you tell other people? Well, if it is, then there's one very important thing that you can learn by listening to this video. Welcome, my name is Sige Nagels. I'm a life coach and transformational mentor. If that is you, how you speak about your emotions, then I really want you to save this video if you cannot see it right now, or pause and watch it later, or just stay here. If there's one thing that I had to learn when it comes to emotions, it is about the responsibility of my own emotions. Now let me give you an example. When you are in a situation that triggers you, and there's an emotion coming up, you feel a lot of intense feelings. We can blame the other person. We can shame the other person. We can tell them that it's their fault that we feel this way. But let me tell you, it is not true. There's one component, and one component only, that is mutual with you and other people. And that is you. In that case that I'm referring to, it was me. And I had to learn to be responsible for my emotions. Now you may say, okay, that is a bit difficult because I'm in these emotions and I don't want to be there. Or I'm in this situation and I don't want to be there. I'm begging for a solution, or I'm forcing things into place, or yes, you perhaps have been tolerating yourself to be in situations that were not healthy for you. Perhaps you also have been giving away your power the whole time through, because you are the only one, and listen very well, who allows yourself to feel a specific way. It is our own responsibility. Our emotions are our responsibility. And I'm happy to explain that to you because I really want you to be so aware about this underlying principle. When you feel that you're angry because of a situation, or that you want to blame someone, or want to shame someone, it's common for people in relationships when they are not aware about what's happening inside of them, their thoughts, their feelings, and they're in situations that allow them to grow. Our relationships we choose for growth, either in union or in separation. And when there's a lot of self-work to do, a lot of patterns to discover, a lot of patterns to heal, learn our lessons, learn our soul lessons, then we will set ourselves up in relationships that trigger ourselves to learn that lesson. That's one thing you need to know. And based on the level of our self-worth, we allow ourselves to be in situations for a long time, for years, for decades, or just for a day or an hour, or for a few weeks, until you understand the lesson and you close that chapter. You allow yourself to be in situations that are unhealthy for you, or you don't. Or if you really want that person and you continuing the journey together, either in your work situation or in your relationship, romantic relationship, friendship relationship, family, it's a bit more difficult. Then again, it's your choice based upon your level of self-worth that you maintain it and that you also stay so much longer in this, write it down, victim mindset. It's not what happens to you. It's not done to you. When we learn about the mind, when we learn about the subconscious mind, we invite situations into our lives to really see what is the lesson here. What is a lesson that I have not mastered or learned or even have awareness about, and that you unconsciously tolerate it because you have a low level of self-worth. Now, okay, if this is the first time that you hear about this, Everything is okay. You don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to blame yourself. You have been asking for a sign, and this may be your sign. I was there too. For the longest part in my life, I was there too. Until I was shown how we think. Until I was shown how we can be responsible for our own emotions. And we have generational patterns that are running through the family, and that we, every single one of us, can decide that the buck stops here. That you don't want to give this pattern unconsciously for your children to solve. If you really want to solve the issues in your life that are reoccurring, it's based upon your responsibility, upon your willingness, decisiveness to really go to the root of the problem. So I really want you to understand that you can talk about your emotions in a very vulnerable way. See, for the feminine and the masculine, there's a difference, and I want you to understand. Women, when they think that the man is not opening up about emotions, that they need to do it a specific way. Well, no, they don't need to do it in a specific way. Men and women process emotions differently. And when I'm speaking to you as a woman, for a woman it's very important to, your gift to the world is sharing vulnerably your emotions, what you're feeling, without expecting an outcome. You don't share your emotions in order to the person to do this or that. No. It's based upon the emotional mental awareness of the other who is receiving your gift. If they want to think about it, they don't want you to experience this anymore, if they need to adjust their boundaries, if they do something about it or not. That is not at all in your league. The only thing that matters to you is you sharing vulnerably your emotions. So for women, this is extremely important to understand. You are responsible for your emotions, and you stay on your side of the street. You stay on your lane. By really listening to our emotions, we level up our feminine self-worth. And thus, by doing so, and by communicating, and by asking for help, sharing problems that we experience, you can see if your counterpart is really wanting to be there for you and to solve that together with you. If over a specific amount of time there's no willingness or openness or awareness from the other part, then you can always draw your own conclusions. You can only take responsibility for the situation where you're in, for your own emotions. So I really want you to understand this is your power, this is your gift. And because it's not told to the people how we can support our body processing emotions, what is there for us to understand, it's so much easier to blame it onto others. So first things first, emotions are your responsibility. And if you want to know more about it, then I'm happy to share. So for men, it's also very important to have awareness about your emotions. I see, and it's a pattern in society, that our previous generations were not told how to deal with emotions. So if you had masculine examples who were suppressing your emotions, who were denying it, distracting yourself, having behavior that was not particularly healthy, it may be that you copy that behavior, or they told you to forget it, to step over it, to man up. Men don't express their emotions. All these limiting beliefs that comes with emotions. You may have been trained to do the same thing, and now perhaps in your life you see it's not really how you want to deal with your emotions. Well, I have something very powerful for you, and it's an opportunity. A few weeks ago I was on a Zoom call where there were only men showing up, and I have weekly calls that I guide people through their emotions, how to process with the body. And it was very clear that these men were looking for a safe space to really learn how to understand their emotions and process it. They were not aware this was possible as so many other people. And what they looked was for clarity about their position in society, how to deal with their emotions, what is possible, about clarity about their needs. They had questions, they shared problems, and they could do that in a safe space, and they could do that with no judgment. And that was so beautiful to witness. I got to understand because there was one man who said, "Hey, I'm so grateful." No, he didn't say I'm so grateful. He said, "I'm happy there's not any women here because otherwise I wouldn't have opened up." To me, that was the only sentence that I needed to hear. Like, there is a need for men to learn about their emotions. Men and women, also in society, also through generations, are told to solve it with the head. And the body stores that energy. So when it's like you pushing down a cork, so it pushes up, it gives resistance, it comes up, it bottles up until we deal with it. So either you deal with it, you don't have to relive it, you learn how to process your emotions, and for men to assess yourself and understand what you can do with it, and really, step into your vision, into your mission, and how to make decisions and support yourself in that process. Or either you keep on repeating the same cycle until you learn a lesson. So the opportunity is that I have set up an 11-week program for men only. I've been doing this 3 times before, and because of this beautiful situation that appeared, I'm focused on offering right now only for men. So if this speaks to you and you really want to step into that opportunity to become emotionally aware, to raise your emotional intelligence, and to really step into that depth and holding that, weaving it into your provision emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, then this is your invitation to join us and to learn that and to be guided through it, and really allow yourself to take that wisdom to you and see how your body and how your mind is really waiting, your soul is really waiting for you to unpack this in a safe space so you can grow from the wisdom that is in there, in you. And see how it affects your relationships, see how it affects your situation in your job, patterns with your family, and how you solve this issue, this situation that you don't have any clarity for right now, how you can solve that for your children. And for, you being an example of a healthy, masculine energy, knowing how to stay grounded and still be that warrior and not being thrown away by this tsunami of emotions that you don't know how to deal with. The body knows how to, and it's literally learning to understand how you can do that too. My name is Sige. I'm a life coach and transformational mentor. I feel so grateful to be doing this work. I have been going through all of this. I am so called to do this and to create that space to guide you, not to fix you. For heaven's sake, not to fix you. It's just you allowing to step into your wisdom to sort it out and to move on from there. This is the opportunity. Comment below Destiny Man. It will change your life. So comment below Destiny Man. Go to my LinkedIn. Sige Nagels, Sigenagels, and right there, Destiny Man. Or you can send me an email at sigenagelscoaching@gmail.com. You can let me know that you're interested, and we can take it from there and see that you can step into this opportunity. It will change your life. Comment below Destiny Man. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Bye-bye. Talk to you very soon.